Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 12, Week 5, Day 2. So today, of course, the first day after the patch, our first full day pretty much since the patch. And yeah, we still got a bunch of new orbs. We're going to try to hunt a bunch of them. Of course, the main event that we have going on is the faction event, which, hey, you know what this faction event has? 2 orbs and a Volky. It was looking a bit juicier after this patch. But, of course, Vault Event's still the best way to do it. Next Vault Event will be actually 1 month from today, on the 13th of January, unless they're going to be doing one for the holidays, which I'm not sure if they will, because the main thing they're probably doing for the holidays is the new Kringlemas, which is coming on next Monday. They also revamped this thing a little bit in version 6.7, so we'll get to see exactly what all those changes are firsthand on Monday. But for today, we'll mostly be messing with Amanithrax faction, you know, standard dailies, and working on the faction event. Anyways, and trying to get more orbs. Speaking of orbs, during the video earlier today, I ended up going over all of the orbs, as I mentioned we do the other stream. And in doing so, we maxed out 2 pets. And in maxing 2 pets, well, we got more orbs. Wouldn't that be funny if we got another pet maxed? No. Oh, come on, the ball range. Oh, no. It happens, though. But anyways, I don't know. Where should we start? Also, I should probably do some of the world event. I don't think I touched it yet. Yeah, I didn't. I should probably help the guild. So I guess we're doing some world event today as well. As we haven't even started assisting the guild in the event. Actually, I didn't even buy the 2 tiers yet. There we go. I need that so we'll have the upgrade material. Actually, I might as well grab the other ones so I don't forget when we do it later. But I guess we'll go start... Oh, gosh, it does not want to give me anything but orange right now. That's a bad sign for later. But anyways, I guess we'll start with the current faction events and then just kind of go from there. So as far as faction events, we are down to a green-brown restriction, if I'm not mistaken. So we will just go Rowan build and be good to go. Just clear it out real quick. With that being said, I do need to switch over to armor, as we are going to need that. Also, you know what else I'm going to need? Let me go change that. Also, we have extra skull damage and spell damage this week for the ward event, which we haven't touched on yet. But we will be a little bit later on. Alright, let's go take out the faction first. Which is actually quite a bit better loot now. Oh, also, you know the last time we had an Amanithrax faction event? Consort of Darkness was added to the game. That is how long it has been. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. That's an easy way to tell when a Mythic was added. Did we try incorporating it into the faction? Also, hello Bill, hello Roman, hello Daddy Shark, hello Isabel, hello Bun Bun. Hello, why no Fall Guys stream? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that they keep doing stuff on Tuesdays. We might do one if they do another special event soonish. But yeah, I keep forgetting, they do stuff on Tuesdays now instead of Thursdays. We might still stream it this Thursday. But yeah, they did some kind of event today. I think it was the Christmas event actually starting up. Hello, NASA, hello Sushi Ninja, hello, Roman, hello everyone else, hello Tyrion, welcome, welcome. I do feel like I've been playing Fall Guys a little bit less. Like, I was already doing the daily system, like, maybe 3 times a week. Now it's been, like, 2 times a week. Yeah, I did see the free skin. It was, like, that one ski outfit thingy. But yeah, we'll be messing around with that, hopefully, this week. Then I want to go stream Pokemon again. We haven't streamed that in a little while. If we do, we're probably going to do a bunch of shiny hunting and master rank stuff. Because we have made it to Master Rank. Actually, I already did days ago. Just haven't streamed it. We did it with a pretty decent win rate, too. I think I had like 66% win rate. And I'm normally happy with anything above 50%, so it actually went pretty well. Yeah, they added the Black Nutcracker to Fall Guys. I have the standard red one. But still haven't finished out the event for the other one, which we'll definitely do on stream when we end up streaming it. The only problem is I believe it's a solo event and not a group event, but we can still do squad stuff after, or even during it. Let's see, we'll take up Black Manacle. I'll start off with just messing with the faction then. Then a bit of ward event, and then we'll go back into the orb grinds. And I have the counter up still from last night. I guess I'm just keeping a master counter to see how many we get over the week. Because I want to see about how many orbs we get relative to keys spent. Because we're about 300 keys in. And what we've gotten from those 300 keys are the numbers to the side of us. So I'm kind of curious if we hit about 1,000 keys over the next week, slowly. Not in all one big stream, but, you know, slowly over the next week, what our number's going to be. Yeah, that's the main reason I'm still keeping that counter up. Just to see how it goes down. Yeah, how you guys been liking the new patch so far? Because honestly, I was not expecting one this big near the end of the year. December patches have been notorious in Gems of War for being some of the weakest patches of the year. But this year they did something pretty impressive for it. If only they would have fixed deeds, though. Deeds are still a nightmare in this game. But pretty much every other resource is fixed now. Like, there's almost nothing that's time-gated. Like, if you want to grind for it, you can grind for, like, anything now except for deeds. Let me go for a win there. A new patch is a 10 out of 10 for you. Oh, so hello, Cookie. Hello, David. Welcome, welcome. Has anyone seen a Dragonite gnome? I actually haven't, oddly enough. Though people has been saying it drops like 20 to 100 Dragonite. In all fairness, I haven't really been doing things that can farm it. Wait, is this Cookie's birthday today? Happy birthday, Cookie. Should we sing you happy birthday? Or you're deliberately not saying it so I wouldn't. Yeah, I have not seen a Dragonite gnome, but in all fairness, I have not really been playing any modes since the patch that would really give us a Dragonite gnome. And even everything we're doing today won't. Because I'm going to be doing 3 things primarily today. Aside from the standard dailies, which is the faction event, which we're doing now. The world event, because we haven't even touched it yet this week, because the patch we were preoccupied with last night. And obviously opening orbs. And all 3 of those things do not have any chance of giving us the new gnome. So maybe on Wednesday we'll try hunting until we get one of those gnomes. My only concern is he's probably as rare as Cursed Gnome, so maybe not. But I would love to see one of them. But if he's as rare as Cursed Gnome, it could take like 3 to 5 hours of doing Explore before you find one. And Explorer is still valuable for getting all the lower stuff medaled. But now you really don't need it for Mythics anymore, which is kind of cool. Because all Mythics and maybe even eventually Legendaries will be covered off the new Orb system. Obviously, it'll be a while before you get all the Mythics done. But there's actually a chance now that we will max every Mythic before we max every Epic. Which is kind of insane compared to what rates we had before. But it's mostly because of the new Orb system. And the fact that there's less Mythics than there are Epics. Because we already got 2 max Mythics just last night. And obviously we don't have infinite Vault keys, but you know, over time we'll still be able to get more. Like from the event we're doing right now, which will take us like, what, 20-ish minutes? Also, we'll hand out a redeem code once we finish out this event, by the way. But once we finish out the faction event, we're going to get 2 orbs, plus potentially even a 3rd because of the Vault key. That might not sound like a lot, but it adds up. Every single Tuesday. Especially now that it has the juicier loot in them. Honestly, it's kind of fun opening orbs again. Because before orbs, like, they were okay. But you got to a certain point where the loot in them was just kind of meh. But now they're kind of impressive. The only thing I wish they would update now are the leaderboards. Because you still get a power orb for winning a leaderboard. It'd be cool if you got something like, I'm not even sure. Like, maybe one of each of them. Like, not only a power orb, but also a master pet orb. Or, a master gold orb. I keep saying them by the wrong names. But, you know, a master of glory. The major glory. The major pet. Stuff like that. Because those are definitely the 2 best ones for sure. And honestly, I'd rather have a major glory than a power orb. Even though the power orb is twice as rare as far as drop rate. There's just not much of a use for them. I'm not sure if they're going to still add like more mythics that need them, or boss trips, I mean. But they just have become very useless the last few years. Because they just haven't had anything new to use them on. You've never been so disappointed to get a power orb, I know, right? That is one funny thing about the new patch. Because I feel disappointed when I see a major blue now. And definitely would if I see a power as well. Whereas before it's like, ooh, power, that's cool. And now every time you get a power, it's like, oh, that could have been a pet orb. because they're both 1% chance. They're not cutting into each other's 1% chance, but they are both a 1% drop. It's not like a 1% drop and then you get either or. It's a 1% individual drop for both of them. So 2 1%. So at least they're not on the same drop table because that'd be annoying. But they are 2 individual 1%. So one will never technically block out the other. But it still feels like it when it happens. Even though that's not actually what's happening. You opened 150 major Chaos Shards last night. 3,000 Curse Runes spent. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going to go and pop all of them. Maybe during a video. When we kind of explain it. Because I might go over a video going over all the methods to obtain the Chaos Orbs. Now that their drop table is quite a bit more substantial. Also, what mythics are you guys planning on upgrading, by the way? Because I'm still trying to consider what I want for my next one. There's just so many good options. Oddly enough, I'm almost tempted to do Zolgoth. Not because his benefit is good, but because I use him so often that I feel like it's worthwhile. It's one of those weird things, too, because sometimes the best upgrade is not going to be what's actually the best upgrade. It's going to be what you personally use the most. Because if you're using something like every day, compared to something like once a month, even if that one thing that you use once a month is technically a better upgrade, the one thing that you're using like almost every single day is probably still better off to get. Even if the benefit is worse, you're getting more of a benefit in the sense that you're using it more. You started with the 6 Gem Dragons? Interesting. Yeah, they are magic based. So they would gain a pretty hefty benefit. Obviously, the final Gem Dragon would be the absolute best one to spend it on. Fortunately, I and many others do not have it yet. Actually, we ended up using all of our Dragonite last night, and we are still missing the final dragon. Which reminds me, we need to go to dungeons still. Also, I guess I'm going to keep buying Dragonite every single day. We still need it. Eventually. Hello, Ginky. Hello, Inflame. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Lester. When you have a moment, you would like you to sing Happy Birthday. Preferably try to do it ASMR version, please. Wait, Bill, is it your birthday today? I thought it was Cookie's birthday. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, sorry, never mind. It was Cookie's birthday. You were just repeating the thing. When you have a moment you'd like to sing happy birthday, preferably to try to do it as MS. Gosh, I'm not sure how to even do that. It would probably come out sounding so weird. Yeah, it's Cookie's birthday. I don't know. How do you even do ASMR? I don't feel like I could do it. It'll sound like I'm whispering. I'm not even sure how to... A monotone voice. My voice is almost always monotone. Happy birthday to you. My biggest concern is how I have the mic balanced right now. It might not even come through. Whisper softly into the mic. Happy birthday to you. Can you even hear that? Like, is that even audible? Like, I see the mic thingy moving when I do that. But I'm not sure how audible it is. You heard it? Happy... Oh, no, that sounds too low. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Cookie. Happy birthday to you. Oh no, does that work? It's about the closest I'm gonna get, I think. I just realized I'm really bad at doing quiet. I feel like over the years I've gotten like louder and louder with how I naturally talk. It would also just be a tonal thing. Oh, we got level 10 one. Unfortunately, there's still no unique loot. I really wish they would have revamped that when they did the dungeon rework. Still feels so weird that the loot was just so bad for it. Happy birthday, Cookie. Is it level 1995? Nice. Hello, Draco. Welcome, welcome. Hey, you clipped the happy birthday song? That's funny. Or I assume that's what that is. I would have to do it like super properly. I would have to change the settings on the mic a lot for it to work completely. Because I have it so it cancels out a lot of noise right now. So if I go like too quiet, it's just gonna do no noise at all. Alright, last few rounds we need to do here. Out of curiosity, do you own a Cookie Monster costume? I do not, no. Actually, I don't even own any cookies currently. Although that does remind me, I'm kind of hungry for Oreos. Probably pick some up when I'm out next time. I said, hello, Hours to Soup. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've been trying not to eat as many cookies lately. Not like I normally do to begin with. But now that I think about it, I am kind of in a little bit of a cookie mood. It's the holidays. I need to go get like gingerbread cookies or something. Better make my own, but it's just so much easier buying them. Especially those Milano ones. Where they have those, the gingerbread cookies with, like, the little sugar things on them. Whatever it's called. Those are really good. They're a little pricey, but gosh, they're good. You've been grinding Ring Fit Adventure? Nice. We will. It's been kind of a joke. But wait, where's our Valraven? Wait, what? We got gypped Val... We got bad Valraven luck. Really? That's unfortunate. But, that almost never happens. But, what was I saying? But yeah, it was kind of a joke, but we're probably actually going to do it. Start back Ring Fit Adventure around New Year's. Maybe if I'm free January 1st, we'll start it back up exactly then. Because I've owned that game for like 2.5 years now. And still have not finished through it. It's a pretty long game. Especially since whenever you play it, you really can't play it for more than about an hour or two. Okay, we're going to finish that series. We'll do it early next year. You have the paramedics on speed dial. We're not that out of shape, gosh. Well, a bit out of shape, but not that out of shape. Oh, your dad will get you the treadmill you always wanted. Nice. Yeah, honestly, I almost feel like I want to get a better treadmill for the house. The one I currently have here is kind of underwhelming. Like, it's a relatively cheap one. I just wanted one just to have one at the house, especially during the pandemic times. But it's not a particularly good treadmill. And I definitely prefer treadmill. Like, if I'm doing any exercise, I prefer walking over anything else. Hello, Clip Bomb. Welcome, welcome. You're making a sandwich. Ooh, what kind of sandwich? That sounds good. You grinded from level 10 to 140. Oh gosh. I think the highest I ever had was low 100. Like 110 or something. I can't remember where we are in the newer account, because we started from scratch when we started streaming on the channel, and then kind of discontinued the series for a while. But hey, at New Year's, we'll go start it back up. See how that goes. Ham and cheddar? Ooh. Oh, we didn't get Devourer. Guess we're about to get a level. Also, one more set and we should be done with this. We'll move on to other things. Like handing out a redeem code. Just gotta make sure not to accidentally hand out the special holiday one for New Year. I mean, not New Year's, for Christmas, I mean. Should be the final floor, though our multiplier is a little bit a ways. Hello, Supernova! Hello, Dwight! Welcome, welcome. Also, it'll actually be exciting when we go open these orbs now at the end of this. Unlike normal, where it's like pretty much nothing there. Which is probably one of the big nice things about this patch. There's actually a drop table now that is not horrible. That drop table is almost always going to be good now, the orb drop table. Because even, like, a year or two from now, like, you're still going to need some of those drops. You're still going to need to upgrade some pets. You're still going to need to upgrade some mythics. And even if you're done with all mythics, there's plenty of other rarities that you can do it on, like legendaries. Like, some people ultra grind might eventually be locked out of those orbs after a couple years. But the average person, that's going to last like almost the rest of the game's life cycle. Other than the ultra power grinders. You were checking last night and you previously had all past holiday pets max. So whatever is in the Christmas code, it won't be upset. Oh, that's funny. Were they maxed because you maxed them when they came out, or are they maxed because you've been getting that many of the pet orbs? Because I know some people maxed out a lot of those holiday pets when they came out. I did for a couple. But some people did it like every single time, and it starts to eat up a lot of gems. Like, it's 2,500 for each one. It kind of reminds me of what happened with Underworld, where Underworld became substantially easier to do after they did a specific patch, particularly, you know, the potions being available always. And kind of similar happened during this patch, where if you, in the past, upgraded all of your pets with gems, you spent tens of thousands of gems on things that can now be done pretty much for free. Obviously, over time for free, but still for free comparatively. I'm pretty sure very few people did it, but, you know, some amount of people still did. And you still have a benefit, like you still have them all max. So you don't need to worry about them. But now they're easier than ever to max. It's kind of interesting because they add a lot of gem sinks to the game. But they also add a lot of anti-gem sinks to the game. Because this most recent patch, one of the biggest impacts is to substantially decrease the amount of gems you ever have to spend on pets. You can now realistically max every pet in the entire game without ever spending a single gem. Which is something that was actually impossible to do prior to this patch yesterday. Which is pretty good quality of life. Obviously, it speeds things up if you spend some amount of gems. But it is no longer required to spend a single gem to max every pet. See if we have enough points after this. I feel like we're going to be about 1,000 short based on where we were. Oh, no problem, Cookie. Glad you enjoyed. Ah, I was right. 400. Boo. Oh, we'll do one more battle. Well, I guess we need to buy that thingy anyway, so it didn't really matter. That one more battle will go. And then we'll get to see if we get anything new from the orbs. And after that, I guess we'll go do Ward Event real quick. We'll hand out a code before we do though. And it should be our final fight, at least for this mode. Because I haven't even touched the Ward Event yet. There we go. Let's see if we get lucky. Anything? All we've gotten today is oranges. Oh, that's our Orb of Glory. I almost thought that was an orange for a second because that's the same glow, but that is very much not an orange. That is a Nisha medal right there. Like, see, look, now you can just play a Tuesday event and randomly get a Nisha medal. It's that easy. Oh, this is one of the reminders for one of the events, the campaign. Remember to complete complete tasks to earn rewards. Harder tasks can be re-rolled to new tasks that may be easier to complete. Cool. It's even giving you advice on how to do it. Problem with that, though, we finish it literally within like 20 minutes on Monday, as we normally do. So we're already done with it. But it still gives me the reminder, which is kind of funny. Oh yeah, isn't this one of those weird ones where we get a bunch of magic? Yeah, this is the first campaign ever where we get 8 magic, as well as no attack. The very, very first event that we get 8 magic from. You don't get the full 8 magic till the final week, though. Or technically 1 week prior if you bought the extended pass. Which, is there even anything good on the extended pass coming up? Not really. Actually, that's not true. We get Empress 1 week early. And of course we get the Mythic 1 week early. The Mythics... The most interesting thing about the Mythic's probably his final trait. The magic elimination. Honestly, I feel like the Empress has potential to be better than the Mythic, which is really funny. It might be the first time ever where the tarot card's actually better. Also, they need to replace this Orb of Power with Orb of Pets. I really hope next season puts like a couple of the new orbs in the extended pass. If they really want to make people buy the extended pass, make this like Orb of Pets. Put like randomly somewheres here an Orb of the whatever that gold one is called, the major Orb of Glory. And then like right here put like a the other one. What was the other good one? The forging one. Anyways. So let's go ahead and redeem code. And then I guess we'll go poke the Ward Event a little. So, redeem code time. We go into our nice little stash of codes. Grab from our stash. And here you guys go. There is the code. Use on gemsofwar.com or the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over here is where you put in for your invite code. Hey, look at that. Version 6.7. Redeem code right over there in chat. Just cut paste random numbers and letters. And give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Okay, so I guess we'll go poke the Ward Event real quick. Mostly just to help out the guild. As I have not done a single battle. Let's see, has anyone in our guild gone for leaderboard? Not quite, but a good amount of battles in there. Still a couple zeros, though in all fairness, we're one of them. Also, Cookie, you're also one of them, but you get a pass because it's your birthday. There's one room you have to do that is the lowest one. And I actually completely forget what it is, and hopefully it's based on rarity. Otherwise, I'll just keep picking whatever. And hope it works out. So we're currently just using a pretty standard infinite loop goblin team. It's about as standard as it really gets. There's a lot of variants you can do, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the more common structures for it. Probably see it a lot during Guild War and stuff like that. It's not the best infinite loop in the game. It's also a pseudo infinite loop. It actually can stop. However, it gets pacing a little bit quicker than the Truffle actual infinite loop does. Plus, you can't even run it here because you don't have access to Forest Troll for this event. Which is the only piece that you would be missing for that other loop. I have no worries, Cookie. Oh, so hello, Holog. Welcome, welcome. How have I been doing? I've been doing pretty good. Pandemic definitely made things weird. I still feel like the whole couple years just was like completely deleted. I feel like next year might be one of the first years not really too affected by it, though. Unless we hit a recession. Which realistically could happen. We'll see how that goes. A chair stream? I don't need a chair stream. Oh, we got an Oobstat. Oh, you're running the old Bombot strategy? That is still technically usable, though there are other alternatives now. That's kind of funny. That's definitely old meta. But it's an old meta thing that still works. There's actually quite a few old meta stuff that still works. I think Chimera... Yeah, Chimera was the worst room, I remember now. As you can tell just by its rarity. Catch you later, Inflame. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. We'll be going for a little while tonight. Not as long as we did last night, but a little while. Because after we do Ward Event, we'll clear out Dailies, and then we're going on that orb grind. And we might get addicted to it like we did earlier. Even this stream, just from our double orb that we got from the event, we ended up getting Anisha, basically. And the fact that you could just get Anisha that easily now is kind of insane. Like, we would farm for hours just for one single token. Now you can get the equivalent of 9 tokens off of RNG at a 5% chance, too. I'm actually surprised they made it that high of a rate. Because 5% is not low. And you theoretically have a 5% on the other one as well, but split between 3 and 2%. There's a 3% chance you get a silver, which is 2 Nishas, and a 2% chance that you get the gold, which is basically 3 Nisha. But whenever I say it's a Nisha, I'm talking like 9 tokens, 18 tokens, and 27 tokens. Which compared to what was previously available through Explore is insanely high. I keep forgetting, we have extra spell damage right now. I'm like looking at their team, it's like, wait, that doesn't one-shot, and then I keep forgetting we have 160% extra damage bonus because of the Ward Event. I keep not clicking it because I keep looking at the numbers because I know how much Truffle normally does. And I'm like, oh, that's not going to be enough damage to kill, and then I keep forgetting to add the percent. You started a new account 4 or 5 days ago? Oh yeah, I saw you mention that. Also, it's really funny. You said in the comment section that when I did a like during that one video we just did earlier today going over all the orbs, that was actually you. That's really funny. That I just happened to click on you in global chat when I did that. Yeah, that was really, really funny. Oh, you got quite a few levels then, because when I clicked on you, I think you were low 100. Now you're 145. But yeah, honestly, I feel like they've been making the game as new player friendly as possible. They've been doing a lot of quality of life for that, which has been great. And I do believe after the orb changes that they made combined with everything else, I feel like you can catch up within a year now. Like, the game was already kind of catch-upable in a year, but now it, like, truly, truly is. As long as you don't mind missing, like, a few cosmetic pets and maybe, like, a few other knick-knack stuff that doesn't really matter, you could still get, like, full-blown completionists in this game. For all the stuff that actually matters. He's got level 1551. Nice. Nice mirrored level. Also, how do we still have so many sigils? Didn't we start at 12? We're at 10. Gosh, the Val Ravens are dropping like crazy. Because didn't we start at, I'm pretty sure we started at 12. And we've only moved down 2 because of all the Val Ravens. You've been up all night, haven't slept? Played 12 hours straight. Oh gosh. Yeah, this game honestly is really addicting, especially initially. And I feel like early game is when you have the most fun too. Not that end game isn't fun. But your focus when you're first starting out is quite unique compared to once you start getting like super late into the game. Because you still have a lot of like exploration technically in the game where you're like finding out stuff, getting stuff. One thing I really like about early game and mid game in Gems of War is you don't have access to everything. So you have to build like non-meta stuff and kind of like look at what you have and try to build teams. One thing that they could fix by making Arena actually good is there isn't really a proper way in Gems of War to use non-meta teams, if that makes sense. Like the meta is just so broken and everything that you have to use things that are actually good. And when you have access to everything, you know, you just have to structure your teams around that. But there isn't really any way other than Arena, which isn't really set up that well, to be able to use weird teams. That might not be like the most efficient thing, but they're still good for a given mode. You can't really do that too much in the current state of the game. Just because everywhere where players have the choice of what they set as their team is probably one of the most annoying metas we've ever had in the game. Mostly because they just don't really do rebalance. They just keep adding more and more broken stuff. And that's something that could be fixed very heavily if they did like a mode like a draft mode. Obviously, Arena kind of already does that, but it's a very surface level way of doing it. It'd be great if they expanded upon it in some other way. I was wondering why the click wasn't going, is because we already won. Like trying to spam truffle. You finally have a reason to consider playing faction events. Why are you running out of shards? Oh, because of the orbs? Yeah, honestly, the Tuesday value, I feel like was starting to fall off of doing the faction event, which takes like, what, 20 minutes or however long it took us? Roughly like 20, 30 minutes. And I was considering it starting to fall off compared to the loot that you get through other things in the game. But now that orbs are so much more useful, I feel like it is 100% worth it now. It already kind of was. But now it like really, really is. There's just actual good drops in it again. You get 1 Volkey, 2 orbs, and a few other things. With the 2 orbs and 1 Volkey, of course, being the bulk of the loot. We also get like some ingots and stuff like that. As well as the standard loot for completing out a faction. Which is a decent chunk of gold. Not the best gold rate in the game, but a decently high gold rate. As well as a few other knick-knack loots. As well as those Chaos Shard thingies, which can also be crafted into even more orbs, oddly enough. We're reflected in Puzzle Quest 3. There's a lot of karmic strike sometimes. You die in the final person tie, and you still win. Oh, that's funny. Wait, what does Reflect do? Oh! Does Reflect do the, oh, that's funny. Wait, is that really the meta of Puzzle Quest 3 right now? Because I know things hit pretty hard. But is there actually a meta where you just do so much Reflect damage that they kill themselves? Because they hit you so hard that you just kill them by the Reflect damage? That's really funny. Because I know their damage scaling was kind of weird. Where, like, the enemy hit, like, so absurdly high relative to what you have access to. So you could, like, almost, like, keep Reflect spamming. I know in Gems of War, if you have Barrier and Reflect, you can actually reflect the full damage while taking no damage yourself. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way in Puzzle Quest 3, though. Otherwise, that'd be a bit broken. Because in Gems of War, if you have Barrier and Reflect, you will take no damage, but still reflect the 50% as if they did damage to you. So let's say they do 100 damage. They will do 0 damage to you, but take 50 damage themselves. If you have both Barrier and Reflect up on the same time. Which most often you see with Essence of Evil, but it can happen under some other circumstances. Essence of Evil is the most... Or sorry, not Essence of Evil, I mean Mirror Reflection. Is the most likely circumstance for that to occur in. Oh yeah, it's 50% reduction now. I forgot, they got rid of the 100% reduction. Because it was too broken. Forgot about that. Yeah, that barrier nerf still happened when I was playing still, too. Just kind of forgot about it because it happened near the end. Which I was around the time I stopped playing Puzzle Quest 3. Because it made the daily system even more annoying to do. Because no longer could you cheese it with, like, infinite reflect. I mean, infinite barrier, I mean. Because you can still do that in Gems of War. You can just barrier spam forever and never die. That's one of the reasons why Mang, with a barrier hero class is so good early game in Gems of War. Is you just keep, you just throw down Mang, you gain like infinite attack, and you just keep taking barrier and just poke them down one at a time with skulls. It wins almost every battle. And you just put a bunch of support behind it. It's like a 1-unit army. You could even try to combine it with Black Beast in order to take all the attack that your hero gains, and then just keep full healing. You won't have access to barrier anymore, but you'll have access to a bunch of extra durability. You can keep full healing off its ability while getting skulls. Though Mang into barrier is still a little bit safer. It's slightly slow sometimes. It's one of the reasons why you see me almost never use that team. While it's really good as you're progressing through the game, it's too slow to run once you have access to everything. It looks like we have 4 battles left. And then that'll be Ward event complete. I say 4 because we're almost guaranteed getting a Vow Raven on next fight. There's a lot of Ubistets in this set. I feel like every other fight's an Ubistet, even though I'm pretty sure it's only happening like once every 5. It should be a Valraven, and then the Valraven should be our final 2 fights, at least for a world event. Oh, no Valraven? Oh, gosh, we're getting gypped on Valraven luck on everything today. We're getting absurdly bad Valraven luck today. Luckily, it doesn't really matter for most of these events. But still, that is a horrible day for Valraven luck. 2 times we got gypped. Anyways, let's go claim our code that we handed out a little bit earlier. And now, I guess we'll clear our dailies real quick. See if we have anything good on adventure board. The answer is yes. We got 10 gems. You know what? I might even take the gold. That's an epic gold. Not a huge amount, 20,000, but hey, it adds up. All right, we'll clear it all out with Magnesia, which I guess you should probably go ahead and upgrade a Magma Dragon now. I'm not sure why I still haven't. Probably because in a lot of context of what you use it in, we already have enough damage. Oh, the code is, I already posted it earlier. Should still be good, hopefully. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. That's the same one from before. If you're playing on PC mobile version, which you definitely are, because I saw you in global chat earlier. But you put that into their website. You can't do it in-game. I'm not sure if when you were playing before it was still in-game. Because that was a while back. But you have to do it on their website instead of in the game itself. It just gives a gem key and a few other loot. As a newer player, it should help you out a lot. Also gives 2 treasure hunts. Something that they're probably reworking next year. Hopefully we get the roadmap. They actually posted for the first time ever a roadmap this year. And they have mentioned, I have talked to Kafka, and they are going to be posting a roadmap for next year as well. We still have an official date as to when that will be. I hope before the end of the year. However, last year's was posted in like February or March. So hopefully it'll be a bit earlier than that. We'll find out soon. Who knows, maybe we'll do around the holidays. Maybe in like a week or 2 we'll know. Yeah, we'll find out sometime soonish. This will be... Actually, you know what? We'll take the gold as well. Might as well. You started a new guild. Nice. I would advise, generally, as a brand new player, to try to maybe go into an already existing guild. As starting one from scratch could be a little bit hard as brand new. Mostly because it's going to be really hard to recruit people. There's quite a few guilds that are pretty new player friendly. I would advise checking the Gems of War forum potentially too, because global chat's not necessarily the best place to try to find a guild. Like, it's a good place to see a lot of guilds, but a lot of the new player recruit guilds aren't necessarily in global chat. They're a little bit easier to find on the forum. Or at least I know in the past it was that way. Not sure if it's still the case. That's because I haven't needed to look for guilds in years. But I assume it's somewhat still like that. Also, trying at different times of day can actually work pretty well, too. Right, there we go. Okay, so, next order of business. I guess we'll clear out dungeons real quick and see if we get lucky. Good. Bad. Can we get stairs? No. No, that's not the stairs I was talking about! Well, we got stairs. That is not the stairs I wanted, though. Fail. Well, the game did not disappoint. They gave us stairs. They're just not the correct stairs. I should have specified. But it did indeed give us stairs. But I want the ones that make us go to a higher level, not the lower level. Which is confusing because it's the downward stairs that we need, not the upward stairs. I still find that really confusing. Like, I haven't ever misclicked it yet, but I feel like I would eventually. Because we need the orange downward stairs, which move you up, rather than the upwards blue stairs that move you down. So, hello, malicious! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it is true that dungeons go down in almost every game. Also, what just happened to my team? I would like my team back, please. Gosh, that death mark is vicious. I didn't think we'd need a cleanse or anything for it, but double death mark a little scary. 2-turn double kill. I would like my team to survive for at least a few turns. If nothing else, at least Zolgoth can't die to Death Mark. Yeah, that's huge. Throughout survived. And it should be a match. Or not, because we're entangled. Got banishment for your Sentinel today? Nice. Yeah, it's a nice utility for it. It's one of the main hero classes you would run if you want it as well. It's a great one to have. Sentinel's a really tanky hero class, and normally used for that dispel. Alright, so we did that, we did that, we did that. I think we did all the things now. I don't believe we have anything else left. Just double checking. Yeah, we grabbed everything. Okay, let's go do some orb grinding. So we finished all the main content for today. So now, you know what that means. It is time to go do 1 billion volts. And see what we can get. Let's see. I am looking for my team. Oh, so you know what we gotta go do? Let me go upgrade this Magma Dragon already. It's not gonna matter. But the fact that we haven't done it yet, it just seems so weird. So let me go do that real quick. So I'll go give him his first level. Give him his second level. And give him his third. Which will do a triple epic into double Anu, triple Anu. And you shouldn't use Anisha here because you should always save your Anishas for Mythics. Though I guess that might not necessarily fully be the case now that you can also use those new tokens for Mythics. I'd still advise keeping them primarily for Mythics though. Whatever, we got him 6 additional magic. Will that ever matter? Probably not in the kind of teams he's normally used in. However, he has it in case he does. Before you end, you have a surprise. Just trying to finish it up. Ooh, what's the surprise? See if we can get some good orbs today. We did pretty good yesterday. That is not an orb. The 24 gem drop's not too bad. It's always funny when the standard gnome drop is better than the Cedric's drop. That happens way more than it should. And we got an orb. Unfortunately, it's blue, which feels really weird to say, but is now the case. I didn't really think about that, but like I've known blue orbs have kind of been useless to most endgame players for a while now. But until this orb change, I never really fully realized how useless they actually are. Because a lot of endgame players, not everyone obviously, but a lot of people have been playing for a while, like a long while. Like everything's already maxed. Like everything they own, they might not have everything, but everything that they do have is maxed. To the point where blue orbs just don't do anything. Because you need them initially for maxing important things. Then maybe eventually you put them into a Zolgoth and the other one. But then after that, after you don't need power orbs anymore and you don't actually need the blue orbs to upgrade anything, they just don't have much of a purpose. It's also weird how useless a major blue is compared to a smaller blue. It's not that it's useless, but it probably has the worst power increase of any orb as far as what you end up using it on. Not counting if you're doing it on a power, but as far as like actually using the orb itself. How do you get so many Vault Keys? There's a Vault event once every 6 weeks or so. And during that, you get a absurdly high amount of Vault Keys. You can farm hundreds very easily. Some people go for over 1,000. And you can basically just infinitely grind it for super high amount of Vault Keys. And we just have it over multiple events. Like, that's almost like a year's worth of Vault Keys right there. But, the next Vault event's actually a month from today. On January 13th. Unless they're doing a special one for the holiday, that is the currently next scheduled one. is on January 13th that weekend. So that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'll be able to farm a lot of vault keys. And those vault keys then translate into a lot of orbs, as well as other loot. And then those orbs translate into the new orbs. That can potentially give you some insane loot. Oh yeah, I always hoard resources for that reason. Obviously, we did spend 1,000 last Saturday, which was kind of unfortunate. But aside from that, I always keep a reserve in case a patch like that does come out. I hold on to a lot of things for that reason. You just never know. There's also why I make sure we never dip under 20,000 gems. Oh, we got a pet. Nice. Oh, we almost have enough pets. Actually, I think we do. I have enough minor pets or minor minions in order to go and upgrade any pet we want now. Because we've gotten 2 majors and 3 minors. And 3 minors is enough to bring a 0 copy pet, or, you know, a 1 copy pet, I should say, not a 0 copy. But it's enough to bring a 1 copy pet all the way to max. So we could do that on one of them if we want to. Actually, let's go do it right now. What pet should we max? Everyone just call off a random holiday pet. Which one should we do? Because realistically, almost all of them I don't have max. I should do the cake. Oh, that's a good option. Ah, we got major ingots. Boo, that's like the worst one. Honestly, that's worse than an orange orb. Major ingot is worse than orange. I think it's definitively just the worst token now, or metal now. Like, even a small green is better than it. Even a small orange is better than it. Shelf on the elf. Oh, 2 votes for Shelf on the elf. I do like that idea. It is among one of my favorite pets. Mostly because it's a really funny joke. Like, design-wise, it's not necessarily my favorite pet. It's probably like one of the Dragon Kitties. Not the revered one, but the other one. I don't actually like the revered Dragon Kitty as much. I like the red other one a little bit more. Oh gosh, we got another ingot one. But yeah, Shelf on an Elf actually sounds pretty nice. How upgraded do I currently have Shelf on the Elf? Shelf. Oh, we almost have enough. This number is a very weird number, because I only need 1 more in order to save me an orb of minions. And I kind of know how I'm going to be getting another one. Because, spoilers, as some of you probably already know, the 25th code that we're handing on Christmas night, the pet that's in it is Shelf on an Elf. I think I've kind of already spoiled that slightly earlier. But yeah, the special pet on our Christmas code is Shelf on an Elf. And because of that, and I only need 1 more copy, I'm actually going to wait to upgrade this. Because if I wait, I only need 2 orbs instead of 1. So we're going to wait till the 25th when I hand out the code for a free Shelf on an Elf. If you don't already have one. Or in my case, a perfect one we need to save us a whole pet orb. So we're actually going to hold off on that. But anyways, let's keep hunting. I know, because I kind of spoiled it because I said it's one of my favorite holiday pets ever. And doing that based on Christmas ones, it was very obviously Shelf on an Elf. By like a mile. But yeah, I'll be handing out a free copy of that on Christmas. Another ingot. Oh, the lower gem drop, nice. But yeah, the Shelf on an Elf is a really funny joke. Out of any of the joke pets, it's definitely the best one. What do we need here? I know what I need. We just can't take it. Let's take that one then. Reminds you to take drinking seriously. Also, we just got 36 gems in a Vow Raven. One is not like the other. We're getting a lot of drops today where the non-Cedrics are better than the Cedric drop. Not that time, though. The big old 60 diamonds. Which I wish there was more of a use for diamonds. I wish I could craft a new orbs with diamonds or something. That's one of those weird dead currencies that really shouldn't be a dead currency. Because you need it in order to obtain every legendary and mythic in the game. Which obviously you'll need for quite some time. But then... Oh, nice. Why are we doing so good on 300 gem drop compared to this weekend? But anyways, even though that's absurdly good, like being able to craft every legendary and mythic in the entire game, you eventually realize, once you have all of them, how useless diamonds are. Because that's basically their whole purpose, is to get legends and mythics. And then once you have them all, it's like, wait, this currency doesn't do anything. Obviously it does for a good duration of the game. But similar to trait stones, ingots, and many other currencies, you eventually hit a wall where there's just nothing to convert it into. Even though there's still other stuff you need to upgrade, it just doesn't convert into that material. If anything, I really wish diamonds would be used to craft deeds. That'd be a great use for diamonds. Because they still need a solution for deeds. It's like the only currency in the game that is the inverse of dead currency, where it's like way too hard to obtain. Because they made a lot of other ones like attainable now, like all the forge scrolls, all of the pets upgraded, stuff like that. But now they have a huge issue still with deeds. And there's just no way to mass accumulate them like every other resource now in the game. It's basically the only ultra-gated currency now. And I guess they kind of want to do that deliberately, or really figure out how they want to do it when they do bring it out. Mostly because it's the main thing that upgrades kingdoms now. Like as far as like when you get like super endgame. So they probably want to be really careful how they implement such a thing. But I wish they would finally get around to implementing such a thing. Because it feels weird with it being the only currency now that doesn't have a proper farming method. Because they did it for everything else now. They might as well do it for deeds. Hey! The third Dragonite Gnome! Well, if anyone wants to face us for the achievement, I'm pretty sure most of you guys got it already. But if you haven't, our defend team now has 3. Let me go change it. Where's Dragonite? Soon we'll have 4. I should probably type more than just the word dragon, with how many dragons there are in the game. There we go. And I always need 1 more. Which we might find tonight. And then we'll have a team of 4 defend Dragonites. I mean, yeah, Dragonites. Dragonite Gnome. Anyways, where were we? Let's keep doing. So, hello, Emernator. Welcome, welcome. Your Soul Forge is already level 11? Wow. It's pretty good for just starting out. Yeah, honestly, upgrading Soul Forge is pretty good value. I don't feel like there's too many of a need to go all the way, because a lot of the later upgrades aren't too necessary when you're first starting out. But, yeah, it's a really good investment as far as early game upgrades are concerned. Because it's permanent upgrades. Once you upgrade it, it's permanently upgraded forever. You also get one-time loot from it, due to one of the other updates they did a couple years back. And those one-time loots are pretty good. I think you even get a power orb for the very last one. They also should save for Zolgoth. But it's one of the 8 powers you need for Zolgoth. Which is the main thing you should put all your powers towards. And it's a really, really good option. You normally see me using it almost every single day, though I don't think we actually used it today, did we? Oh, yes, we did. We did it for the dungeons. Well, a lot of endgame teams use Zolgoth in some way or another. It's one of the quickest ways to win in the game. Also because you generally minimum double kills every time you cast. So if you cast 2 times, you just wipes almost any team. A few exceptions like super high level underworld and stuff like that, but for the most part, works out really well. Hello, Clip Bomb. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, you might have just started back, but you probably have a lot of experience from when you initially played. Well, a lot of things have changed since then. A lot of it's still the same. It's something I've actually been meaning to cover for a while now, and I probably should before the end of the year. I've been meaning to for ages to cover a coming back to Gems of War video. Kind of just going over every single mechanic over a long period of time. The only problem with a video like that is it's probably going to go for like an hour or two, and I feel like the video length might be too long for a newer player to bother watching. Even though it'll have a lot of essentials to coming back to the game after not playing for years, or even just a brand new player just looking for the core mechanics of the game, as far as economy. Like, it wouldn't go over any of the battling aspects, just all of the resources, the main ways that you farm, stuff like that. Another useless ingot. Ingots are basically just a new orange. They're actually worse than the new orange. Or not the new orange, but they're worse than the old orange, I mean. They're the new orange, but they're worse than the old orange. I think they're just definitively the worst orb in the game now. But it balances out the other ones that are the best orbs in the game now. Most notably the Pet and even more so the Glory. Glory is definitely the best orb out of all of them. It's not even close. Which is nice because it's not actually the lowest drop rate orb. Even though it's the best of all the orbs. We got one of them this stream. Unfortunately, it's the bronze one. Have part 1, part 2, part 3. It could be a multi-parter, true. I got the big gem key drop. We're not going to need gem keys for a while, though. We also got 1 billion of them when we were opening 1,000 vault keys the other weekends. We're definitely going to be stocked up when the new Mythic comes out next, first Friday of next year. Which, of course, Mythics always come out on the first Friday of every month. I almost said the first Friday of every year. Though, in the case of this instance, it will be the first Friday of the year. Also, it's really funny because the Vault event that's going on is actually taking place on Friday the 13th. The next Vault event. What do we need here? We'll take that over. Trying to get a good leprechaun in there. Oh, so we're still running the slower team just so we get the better loot. Check notifications in game. Oh gosh. Did you just pull an Isabel for your birthday? Because I think Isabel dropped like 100 million on her birthday. Looks like 22. Very nice. Yeah, we'll be dropping a lot for the holiday. Hey, that reminds me. I think we still have an empty spot in our guild right now, too. We really need to fill that. If anyone could be do 2 million plus gold per week, let me know. Hey, Yagwe. And, of course, the big hoard of keys. But yeah, on Christmas Day, probably on the Christmas night when we're handing out the code and the other things, we'll probably drop like 20 million on the gold or so. On the guild. Maybe even 25 million. Depends how much we have by then. Because I want to always keep a reserve at least 10 million. But we'll drop quite a bit on Christmas Day. So what's this upgrade offer? Oh yeah, that was for the dragon we got last night. Remember when we wasted all of our Dragonite? I remember. Oh yeah, thank you, Cookie. Alright, let's go back to the grinds. See if we can get anything good. We haven't gotten any good major orb tonight. We did really good on launch night. I think we even did above average good. We got really lucky. So far, the best thing we got was a minor pet today. And I guess technically the bronze Orb of Glory. I keep wanting to call them based on their... I keep wanting to call the Orbs of Glory based on what metal they do. Like bronze, silver, and gold. But they're actually called minor Orb of Glory, and major Orb of Glory. I feel like it's a lot easier to understand them as bronze, silver, gold. Because that's exactly what they do. As well as their coloration. I feel like they picked a really weird naming convention for it. Because if I think of Orb of Glory with no other context, the first thing that comes to mind is not max medaling a troop. I would think it would give like a bunch of glory or something. But if it was called like Orb of Bronze, Orb of Silver, Orb of Gold, then it'd be like, oh, this is used to gold medal a troop, this is used to silver medal a troop, so on and so forth. I feel like the naming convention they did for them is kind of weird. Because their name doesn't make it very obvious what they do. Like, Orb of Minions, very obvious, those upgrade pets. Orb of Forge, very obvious, it upgrades the things that require Forge Scrolls. But Orb of Glory does not at all indicate, unless you already know the context, what it upgrades. Whereas bronze, silver, and gold would go to the only other thing that uses bronze, silver, and gold in the game, the metal upgrading system, which is what they actually upgrade. Oh gosh, the billing of Cedric. I do feel like we've been getting a little bit less Cedrics, though. That's probably because I'm trying to ignore their existence. Which might make it seem like we're getting less. Not because we're getting less, but I'm trying to ignore that every single time I see them. So we're about to get a level. We're definitely not hitting 1,800 before the end of the year. How many keys will you grind next vault? I want to say 1,000, though I'm not sure if I'm going to go for 1,000. But maybe 1,000, we'll see. Definitely at least 500. Oh, major orb of ingots. How useless. We'll add that to the pile. Now I need to figure out what we're going to do with all these orb of ingots now. Because it's one of the first times where a new currency is dead upon arrival. Like, obviously for newer players, obviously it's useful. But, to the average person who's been playing for a while, it is one of the first times they've added a currency to the game where it is pointless the second it comes into the game. Which is kind of unfortunate. Like, even when I was going over the video to try to show it, I forgot I almost had no weapon to even use it on. Like, I had no unupgraded weapons. All the weapons I had that could still use it were either fully upgraded or partially upgraded. I didn't actually have a single fully non-upgraded weapon to even use the orb on during the video. Zero Volkies, zero Epic Volkies. Well, even if you run out, you can get them in Soulforge. You can craft major orbs in Soulforge. No, we still need to upgrade Doom weapons, but the ingot orbs do not work on Doom weapons. They only work on the ones that require ingots. So it doesn't help at all on doing Dooms. Actually, that would be great if they added a way to convert them. Like, if you can convert, like, 10... Oh, no, is that too many? But, like, 10... Maybe 5. 5 ingot orbs into a Forge orb. Maybe with some gems or some other resource. That would be really good. Oh, I need to screenshot that. Look at how clean those numbers look. 250, 250, 250, 250, a number that's not 250, and 250. That's going to be the cleanest we ever get it for probably forever. Because we're never going to hit 300. Because we'd have to hit upwards of like 400 to 500 more levels. Even though we only need 300 to distribute them all, obviously it's not going to go perfectly into them. So we would need to hit like 500-ish more levels. Which is not happening anytime soon, if ever. Because that's a lot of levels. Anyways. 250 down the line. If only it was 520 on all of them. Oh, you mean on the other number to make it even look cleaner? Yeah, true. If anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Especially regarding the next patch or in regard to anything also good. Because we got more than just the orbs in the last patch. While it is a majority of the patch, it was not the entirety of it. And I'll be going over that a little bit more on the Monday video, mostly because a lot of it doesn't take place until next Monday. For example, we got 2 new warbands, but it doesn't take place until Monday. They also tweaked how the holiday event works, but of course that also doesn't take place till Monday. Which is why I'm just waiting until the Monday weekly video to go over them. We did on the long 3-ish hour stream earlier. But I figured it'd be pointless to cover a video on it just because it's not applicable until next Monday anyways. Did I download the Wave 3 tracks for Mario Kart? I actually have not played the Wave 2 tracks yet, nor the Wave 3 tracks. I don't know, maybe we'll do a stream of that sometime this week too. There's a lot of games I want to stream, I just haven't had as much time to lately. But yeah, I have not played the Wave 3 tracks, nor have I played the Wave 2 tracks for Mario Kart. Any more thoughts of doing a single Dragon Egg pull each time we get 5,000 Dragonite? Well, we're currently at 300 Dragonite. And I think you meant 500 when you said the thing. But at this point, I might as well. I already committed this much. Might as well keep doing it every time we get 500 to try to get the egg. And the main reason I pulled all of my Dragonite is mostly because now that a Dragonite gnome exists, the amount of Dragonite we're going to get during the next Vault event, especially if we plan on going for 1,000 keys, is going to be absurdly high. There's also a chance they're going to do what they did with the Curse Gnome, where they're going to have a special holiday thing for like a week, where it'll appear more often. And if they do that, we're going to farm that quite heavily as well. Try to see if we can get some Dragonite Gnomes. Because if his minimum drop is 20 Dragonite, that can add up pretty quickly. And I've heard that he has like a rare 100 drop or something. I'm pretty sure he's like the Curse Gnome, where it's like 20 to 50 and like very rarely 100 and like ultra very rarely 200. If it's set up the same way as Curse Gnome. Or technically the Daemon Gnome, whatever it's called, but it drops to Curse Shards. What rank are we in PvP? I haven't been really playing PvP. We kind of just ignore it. It's worthwhile to do 1.9k every single week to get the loot, especially as a newer player. But later on in the game, the loot's actually so bad that I generally don't even touch PvP. I don't think we've done a single PvP battle this week. Oh yeah, we spent all the Dragonite last night. We currently have like 0 Dragonite. I think we're sitting on 400. Because we rolled like 9 eggs last night. And we did get 1 new dragon. However, only 1. We missed the second one we needed. Oh, so it is 20 to, it is 20 to 100. Okay, interesting. So it's basically the same as Curse Gnome, except maybe without a 200 drop. Or maybe so rare she forgot about it. Because I know on Curse Gnome, I think I saw the 200 drop once ever. Even though it's been out for like 2 or 3 years now. Or it was like so rare that it technically wasn't even part of its drop table, even though it is. Because normally it hits in the 20 to 50 range with the occasional 100. Which I assume is what the, it's pretty much the same thing that the new gnome does. Where it's normally 20 to 50 and very rarely 100. But it might have that secret 200 drop. Because I don't feel like people knew about that for a while on the Curse Gnome. Oh, you made it all the way to rank 70? Wow. Yeah, there is actually a funny gimmick. Because the people who you fight in PvP are a bit different when you're at a lower level range. That, there have been some people who, at a very low level, have actually made the top of leaderboard before. It doesn't normally happen because normally it's people who are, like, absurdly high level. But, sometimes you see, like, the random, like, level 500, like, all the way in, like, 30th or something. Let's see. Oh, wait, are you up here? Wait, where are you? I don't see you. This hasn't updated yet. I guess I'm looking at the wrong number, but I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, let's see. Why is my mastery points so low? Are they? Oh no, is that low? Oh, you know why they look low? Those aren't my mastery numbers. These are my mastery numbers. Because if you're looking at my hero level and then looking at your total, those are 2 different numbers. Because the hero number is just one of the numbers. It does not account for guild, pets, kingdoms, and, you know, all the other bonuses. So if you're comparing this number to your total number, yes, it will look low. Because mine are like double my hero level on everything. Well, except for the purple. But that's why it looks so low. Because you're probably comparing your total to the hero level. Whereas our actual totals are above 500. Because the level that you see on the hero page, or, you know, when you level up, that's only your hero levels. It does not account for every other bonus in the game. It only does when you go to that other menu. 250 battles won already? Nice. Yeah, you definitely been on the grind. I don't even think I've done 250 battles in PvP this last month. Mostly because the rewards for PvP have been very underwhelming for a couple years now. It's still worthwhile for gold farming if you're just starting out. But later in the game, there just isn't much incentive to play PvP. Other than when Guild Wars occurs like last week. Especially because the endgame meta for PvP is very stale. It's something they definitely need to do to kind of change things at some point. Because early on in the game, you don't have that issue. But later in the game, like, everyone's running the same 5 teams. You either have auto-win Firebomb, auto-win some other weird team, or any variant of the most soul-crushing meta you've ever seen. And pretty much nothing in between. Because PvP in endgame is a weird combination of either you win instantly or you lose instantly. Where the teams are built to auto-lose, or the teams are the most annoying meta to ever exist in the history of the game. Yeah, I wish both Guild Wars and PvP would get themes. Like, every week for PvP, we get, like, a different theme. It could be literally anything. Just something that isn't use everything. Like, any theme whatsoever. Not as restrictive as, like, a world event or something, but something to kind of base everything off of. That wouldn't be, like, ultra restrictive, but would still make it so you can't just run whatever the most broken meta is at any given time. While also updating the loot so it's not horrible, kind of like how Treasure Hunt is. Because PvP's loot is very dated. The last time it got updated, I think, was 3 or 4 years ago. And actually, you know how long it's been? It was updated to include ingots when ingots were released. Treasure Hunt hasn't been updated for so long that it was updated after version 2.0 to include trait stones, because trait stones were just added to the game when it was last updated. PvP has been somewhat similar, where I can't remember exactly what patch it was. I think like 3 point something or whatever it was. Yeah, 3.0 I think it was when ingots were added to the game, and soon after they updated the drop table for PvP. So that's how long both of those things have been updated. For Treasure Hunt, it wasn't until slightly after 2.0, and for PvP, it wasn't until slightly after 3.0. And we're currently 6.7, and neither have been updated since as far as their loot is concerned. Which is one of the reasons why both of them aren't as good these days. It's just their loot drop table just has gone so long, like years upon years without being updated. Like 3 to 5 years, respectively. Or Treasure Hunt has been updated for about 5 years, and PvP, I think, for about 4-ish. And they said they were going to in one patch one year, and then never did that year, and then it kind of got on the back burner, and they never updated it since. Which could, they could definitely get around to that at some point. Oh, so hello, Ronian! Welcome, welcome. How many keys have we gone through? I kind of want to do at least 100 every night. And I have no clue how many I've gone through so far. I'll know as soon as I see the number. I have no clue without seeing the number. Come on, I want one big orb. Okay, we've gone through 80 keys or so tonight then. So we'll go through another 20. At minimum. Yeah, I think we'll go for another 20. Because I want to try doing 100 every night now. Until we basically hit 0. Because eventually we would hit 0 if we do 100 literally every night. I do 1,000 keys every night? No. But 100 keys every night, yes. Maybe even slightly more if we feel like it on a given night. But at bare minimum, we're probably going to do 100 vault keys every day for until we hit 0. Unless there's a vault event, in which case we'll be doing vault event instead. So that we can get more vault keys. Alright, 16 marquees. Hopefully I got at least one big orb. Honestly, we have not gotten anything too good tonight. Compared to our first 300, we've gotten some pretty mediocre drops. The best we've gotten is one pet and one bronze, which are not what both of them are called, but you know what it means. One pet upgrade and one bronze Nisha. Which is an Orb of Minions and Orb of Lesser Glory. Because we haven't even gotten a forging today. Actually, it is still possible that we see the word new on a major orb. Because I still have not actually gotten one of the orbs that were added in the patch. I have never actually owned a major orb of forging yet. So it is actually possible on a major orb for it to say new. And if it does, we know exactly what it is because there's only one thing we're missing. Major orb of forging. Which is essentially just a max doom weapon. Not essentially, it literally is a max doom weapon as long as you have a weapon to use on. And I'm going to try upgrading all the hammers next. I would say they're about the third category of doom weapons. The way that they go is the best category are the full AoE weapons that convert to doom skulls. The second best are the books because, well, if you ever played Guild War, you know why that is. And the third best is hammer. Fourth best is very, very open to debate. Because there isn't really a definitive fourth best. If I had to say what's the fourth best, it might be the Cursebreaker weapons. Some might even consider the Cursebreaker weapons to be the third best. I'd personally say that goes to hammers. Hammers are just more consistent than the Cursebreakers. There might be an occasional instance where one of those Cursebreakers is better than a hammer. But I feel generally speaking the hammers are better than the Cursebreaker weapons. How long will it take you to get to our level? Depends how much you grind. We've been playing this game for almost 15,000 hours. However, not all of that has been efficiently grinding, obviously. But as far as getting to level 1,000, you can do that in like a month to a couple months. As far as getting to level 1,500 or something similar, that takes probably a couple years unless you like really, really grind. Ooh! Oh, that's a lesser one, though, but Orb of Glory. That's a silver one right there. Can we get the gold one to go with it? Well, we almost upgraded a Mythic this stream. If we could just find a gold one to go with it. That means we would have found 3 whole sets this patch. Because so far I have found 2 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze. So if we find 1 more gold, we found 3 full sets of max Mythics. Oh, another Orb of Glory. We just got 3 Nishas within 1 minute. Or 27 Nisha tokens. Could you imagine if that was actually doable in Explore 12? Getting 27 Nisha tokens in 1 minute? That's what you can do in Volkies now, though. But yeah, Gems of War is definitely a game that you play slowly over time. When you first start off, you definitely power grind quite a bit. But it's pretty chill just to play like a little bit here and there. And there's normally not too many mechanics within the game that makes you like forced to have to like overly grind. Because if you do the bare minimum for dailies every single day, you can get most dailies done in like 10-15 minutes. If you do an extended amount of dailies, it takes like maybe 30-ish minutes. And if you do like literally every daily that exists, if you really want to, it takes maybe like an hour, hour and a half, depending on the day. But you can get one of the more important ones generally done in like 15 minutes, if that. Which is one issue I've had with Fall Guys. They keep making their daily system take longer and longer. I hate when games do that. Puzzle Quest 3 had that issue as well. Their other game that Gems of War made. Or it felt like their daily system just kept getting longer. Because their player base was going down, so the player base that they did have, it's like, oh, we gotta retain them longer. And in doing so, it's like, oh, we just retained them less. Because Fall Guys is going through that issue right now. Where they keep making the daily system take longer and longer. It's actually hurting retention on the game, not increasing it. Because all the people who like casually play every single day, like maybe myself, are playing less and less because they keep making the mandatory dailies longer and longer. Alright, there's our keys. You know what? Let's still go for a few more. I want one more nice drop. Let's open like a few. I don't want to open too many though. I don't know, maybe we'll go for another 100. I don't want to stream for another 100 though. Because I need to go grab dinner. Still haven't like properly ate yet today. Like I grabbed a small bite to eat, but it wasn't like dinner. Oh, you know what I did pick up for lunch though? Taco Bell has nacho fries again. So I had to go for it. I had a couple orders of nacho fries, which is a few tacos. It was good. Actually, the video probably would have been up like 2 hours earlier if I didn't, but I was hungry. What toppings can you have on the nacho fries? Well, normally they just have a cheese dip with it, but I think they have like some of the other ones that have like jalapenos and some other stuff. I always just get the standard order with the cheese sauce though. But I forget what all the other weird toppings they have are. I never order those. But I think they have like meat, beans, not cream cheese, what is it called? Sour cream, probably jalapeno, maybe something else. But I always just get the standard cheese dip nacho cheese ones. But yeah, they probably have some kind of loaded option and stuff like that. I know they've advertised it before. I just never get them. Similar to nachos, I don't like it to be overly stuffed. I feel like you ruin it too much if you put too many things on them. Like, I don't mind having things on nachos or fries or stuff like that, but there's a limit to, like, the numerical number you can have on it before it's too many things. And I feel like nachos, a lot of times, hit that limit way too quickly. Because a lot of nachos feel like they need to have like a billion things on them to make them more appetizing. Whereas, you know, just like a single 1 or 2 good things on it is enough. I'll open 2 more keys. I don't want to consume too many of them. We gotta make these last for a little while. Otherwise, I'm gonna consume them all very quickly. We did 300 last night. I'm gonna try doing 100 every night. And if we really feel like it with my power... Oh, wait, new! Wait, what? Wait, what orb is this? Wait. Wait, what? It must be because I have 0. This has to be the forging scroll then. Oh, it's saying new because I have 0. Not because I've never obtained it before. This has to be a forging scroll. Yep, there it is. Okay. We still haven't gotten major forging, though. But the reason why that said new is I used both the 2 I had for the video earlier today, which means I had 0. Which means I had, it will say it's new because I had 0. Never mind, that's why. Anyways, there we go. Okay, we got one of everything at least. Got a little bit of everything to stream. I'm not sure why. The forgings just really don't want to drop for me, which is weird because their drop rate is not that low. Like, we should be getting more forgings than we're getting minions, but we have more minions than we have forging. Like, the drop rate for forging is like double, triple that of minions. Yet we have 5 minions and 3 forging. And still have never seen a major forging yet. But, well, we will at some point. Anyways, guys, we're probably going to call it here. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every single night. We have a pet event going on. It's a decent pet too. I think I already have it maxed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I think I do. It's the Goblin bonus pet. Really good bonus, so definitely make sure to pick it up. And hey, with the new orbs, you could even try maxing it some, though make sure to use it on its final level or second to last level, where you get the most amount of value if you're using the smaller orbs on it. I wouldn't really advise it, as it seems best to use them on cosmetic pets, but you could also just use them on strong pets, and that is definitely something under the category of strong pet. Aside from that, yeah, we'll mostly just be doing general grinding tomorrow. And who knows, maybe we'll go dip into 190 vault keys tomorrow. since Wednesdays don't generally have that much going on, especially since I'm probably not even touching the pet event. So I might just do a bunch of Volkies, and just take out the standard dailies real quick. And that'll pretty much be the game plan then. Anyways, best of luck if you're going to be hunting for anything. I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful week. Happy birthday, Cookie. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. But thanks for stopping by.